Hey, everybody. So, after giving you all the information you need to get this potential energy efficiency design project completed and have something to turn in on your electronic portfolio, I wanted to record this video in case your notes weren't complete or I talked too fast, which, come on, me talk too fast? Yeah, all the time. So, let's take a look at what I showed you on Friday. So here's the assignment with the stuff I added. And I want to start with, let me get my document here. So this is the document you need to use for your science knowledge. This is the science portion of your overall score. When you look at your rubric, you've got the design and efficiency. This is all engineering and building and programming. And your design, that score is based on your idea, how innovative it was, how it turned a machine into a robot using sensors. Efficiency is how low you got your power and still managed to get your robot to do its job. The science is the part that depends on this document. And the teamwork will show in how well you do your part. So your score is based on what you did and what you learned. So you're going to have your definitions here in your own words. Even better if you could take a picture using your camera here of your notebook drawings of each definition. I also need to see your responses to these two questions. And what you and your partner did goes in here. Okay, both partners need to be working the entire time. So I want to know what you each did. And be fair. If you did most of the work, take credit for it. If you didn't do your fair share, own up to it. Show responsibility and say it, admit it. This is where you wrote your data. You should have had two heights. Height 1 and height 2. And you wrote those down. If you got them in centimeters, so let's say you had 15 centimeters, hopefully you converted that by dividing by 100 into 1500ths of a meter. And then your mass, we just wrote it in grams. So the robots, if you weighed your robot, it was about 765 grams, more or less. And if you weighed something smaller, it was much lighter. Now your velocity, this is where a lot of students got confused. You had to measure using the meter stick how far your robot went, whether it was up a ramp and down a ramp, whether it was slithering through the classroom or moving a pen or shooting a ping pong ball. We need to know how far it went. So let's say it went, quarter of a meter, 0.25 meters. And let's say it did it in, let's say 2.3 seconds. Well, that number is a good start, but in order to get the full velocity, you're going to take that 0.25 meters and divide it by 2.23 seconds? And look, it Google or your browser will calculate that right there. So it was 0.11. It was 1100th 0.11 meters per second. That's your speed. And if you add or include the direction your robot was going, then it's technically velocity. So we're calling it velocity, but it's really speed. All right. And I'm going to get rid of this because I want to show you how you get it in this video. All right. So that is what you do to actually get your calculations. Now, to do the calculations, the math is going to be done by a chatbot. So we're going to click on the second School AI link and enter your first name. That's all we need. No other identifying information. And please use your actual first name. So even though the AI doesn't know, I know. I need to know who's saying what. So I'm going to say my robot was one of the ping pong launchers. Launch a ping pong ball. And it says, all right, got that logged in. What was the mass? 765 grams. And it tells me the unit it wants. So it is helping me make sure I enter the data correctly. Now, sentence frame for height, it wants me to type height 1 equals. And I'm going to say my height 1 was 1/1500th of a meter, because we start low, and you don't want to start at 0, because then your potential energy is going to be 0. 0 times anything is 0. My height 2 equals, and I was just saying it went half a meter. Didn't go up that high. It's just a weak launcher. So now it wants to know the velocity, and for velocity, I'm going to type the way it's asking me to, and I'm just following the instructions there. I'm reading what the AI is telling me, and you could have it speak it to you if you'd like to listen to your instructions.
Height 2 confirmed, 0.50 m. All good so far. Mass and both heights are logged. Final input needed.
So it can read it to you, and you can also speak your response into the typing section, in case you're short on time and can talk faster than you can type. So I've given it everything, and now it is going to calculate all the information for me. And sometimes it generates a separate document that you can export. Don't even bother. Just take what it did here for you, and we're going to highlight it, copy it, and that's what we're going to paste right in here. And I'm just going to back it up so I've got all the way. But watch what happens. My cursor moved, but where's my text? It's white, isn't it? What happens when you put white on white? Voila. It was all hidden. So you do have to, wait, I'm going to step out a little bit. Go to the A text color and change it to black. And now you can see everything. So the school AI calculator bot showed you how it converted your mass from grams to kilograms by dividing it by 1,000, because kilo means 1,000. We learned in class that the acceleration speed of gravity is 9.8 meters per second, which we just say per second squared. And when you get your potential energy, it's literally in kilograms per meter squared per second squared. Well, I showed everyone in class how that equals to capital J, which in science stands for the joule, which is 1 kilogram per meter squared, or 1 kilogram meter squared per second squared. And that's just a measurement of energy. This is introduction into a little more advanced physics here. But my starting potential energy at its lowest point was 1/1200th joule. But if I just go up from 15 centimeters to 50 centimeters, my potential energy increases to 3¾ joules. But, yeah, my kinetic energy was so tiny, it couldn't even round it to the nearest thousandth. So it gave me 0 joules. That's not a lot of energy. Let's calculate it ourselves and see what place we can go to. Because I want to have a number. I don't want to have 0.00. And let's just enter that into Google. And so it gives us 0.0046. Let's round that off to 5,000th. That is way better than getting 00. So it only went to the nearest hundredth, and there was nothing there because 4 came after it. And so it rounded it to 0. It couldn't even round it up to 100th. So it's literally the potential energy moving that slowly and that short of a distance was 5,000th of a joule. Yeah, rounded to do 2 decimals. So I'm going to get rid of that. Now, notice I'm interacting with the information. If you just copy and paste it without paying attention to it, then you really didn't learn the science. So I do want you to note what you got there. All right. And then this part, we are going to skip it because we just ran out of time. Nothing we can do about that. Okay, so that's the first part. The second part, and by the way, this first part is what I showed you last. What I'm doing now is what I showed you first because this was more fun. So you went through and you found some pictures, and I'm going to click on name. Oh, and it's already on Z to A. That means it's got the most recent ones. No, now I did it Z to A. These are the most recent videos and pictures I took all the way from the early ones. So you want to download your team's storyboard with the drawing and pitch you made to get my approval to start building your project. And I told everybody that was awesome. Right there, when you did that, if I approved it, you had an awesome idea. And then came the hard part, which was actually building your prototype and programming it. Anything that's MOV is a movie. You can just click the three dots and download. And I think I've already got one downloaded here. Let me check. No, so I'm going to download one. So I'm going to download one of these movie files. And I'm going to download this cool picture. So I just downloaded a couple. All right. So there's my JPG. That means picture. And my MOV is my video. All right. Next, you're going to your electronic portfolio on Google Sites. You're going to Science, Robotics. You're going to title it Potential Energy Design Challenge. That's all we need. Start with a short paragraph just describing what you did. Because if somebody finds this webpage or if you share it with a family member, they might want to know, oh, what is it you're sharing with me? What am I looking at? Include your storyboard and then write about it. Because if your prototype failed or you didn't have enough time to make it do what it wanted to do, this is where you describe it. This is where you get credit for being innovative and having a great idea. Include a screenshot of your code. And then here's how we enter the video. Well, let's do images first because they're much easier. To insert images, you go to Insert, Images, Upload. Now you downloaded it, so it's in your Downloads folder. And double click, and there it is. Boom. And you can make it bigger. Don't forget to click on this to make it fit. Double click here, click on text, and please, please, please write a caption describing what your image is showing your viewer. Always, always caption all your images. Don't just put pictures up there like a photo gallery and leave us going, ooh, ah, I wonder what I'm looking at. All right. Now that's how you put a picture. To put your video up, you first have to upload it to your own drive. And I went to new folder, and I made a folder called videos. That's where I put all my videos because they're easy to find. They're under videos. So I'm going to click on the plus new, and I'm going to file upload. And I'm going to move this out of the way. Try that again. File upload. Move my face back down. And find my video in my downloads folder and upload it. And it's 7513. So here's the next step. I uploaded my new video, 7513. You have to go to the share and then choose share again. Because if you do not make it unrestricted so that anyone with the link can view, by the way, view, don't give them any more privileges, only viewer. If you don't do that, you can send your website out to your relatives, your friends, and they won't be able to watch your video. That would be very sad. Plus, I won't either, so I can't score it. because I want to know that you did it correctly. All right, so now I'm going to go back to my portfolio page. Here's how you put that video in your portfolio. Click on Drive, click on Recent, and your video will be the very first thing because it's the last one you did. So click on it once, click on Insert, boom, there it is. It's done. It's on there. Now you can't click on it yet because you have to publish it and go to view your post to publish. But it's there. And as always, caption it, describe what we are seeing in your video, especially if your video like this one. Every time I went to shoot a video, they missed getting the ping pong ball to shoot into the cup, but whenever I walked away, it made it. So they're going to describe that. Let me spell it right. Because your readers need to know what you intended to do. They need to know how great it is because you deserve to get credit for your great thinking. And even if it didn't work, not all prototypes come to fruition, especially when we have hard deadlines. So there's your video. Now, I'm going to get rid of this because once your document is done, all right, you filled in this box, you've got all your definitions, all your answers, you've got your potential energy 1 and 2, unless your robot only had 1 height, just use the same number twice, and your kinetic energy. Boom, once you've got that, watch this. You're going to go back to the insert, scroll down to docs, and your most recent doc shows up there. Click on insert, and it's there. You might want to make it a little longer so we can see more of it, but that's all you need to do. And folks, you're almost done. The last thing is rearrange stuff so it looks good. Move stuff to the top you want me to see first. This is my first video. Okay, so you're going to move stuff around. Everything's got a caption. Describe your videos. Oh, I don't know why this doesn't show. I have to publish it. Once everything looks beautiful and you're ready to share it, click on Publish. Publish. And are you done? You just copy the link? Wrong answer. Unless you said, no, Mr. Gonzalez. You have to go to the drop-down menu next to Publish and go to View Publish Site. Right on. This is the link that makes most sense. It's shorter, it's got words, and this is the one that I want to see. And now you'll be able to play your videos because it's live. It's live on your website. So there you have it. And action. Boom. So everything works. Everything shows up. There's your document, and I just have to scroll down, right? But everything's here. So take that link, copy it. Now you can paste it into the comments. Send me the comment, turn in the assignment, boom. And folks, that's how you get this done. Really done. For real done. And with that, good luck. I hope to see your work, and I'm looking forward to it.